Hello and welcome back. I'm Thomas Boucher and this is part 8 of my shop build. So the moment you all been waiting for, where I finally start to actually build the shop. So in this video we finished fixing up one of the original walls as well as frame up a new wall and then put them both into place. But I have 2 announcements to make before we get into the build. My book is now live for pre-orders on making a basic padlock. So if that's something you're interested in doing, go check out my book. I'll put a link in the description below. So I'm also going to be teaching a padlock class at the New England School of Metalwork. So head on over to their website, click on the blacksmithing tab, and scroll down to Smokehouse Padlock and you can find the information for that class. If you want to learn how to make a padlock and you want to learn with me, then go ahead and enroll in that class and I'll see you next year. So there's a little bit more work to do on fixing up that one wall. After we got the siding off of it, we could kind of see what shape the boards were in. 3 of the 4 corner posts of the original structure were infested with ants, so we had to replace the 2 posts on the corner. So this is just a little bit of that, showing that process. Again, this building basically sat on the ground, so a lot of the bottom of everything was just rotted. And this one post on the door, which was the front door, it will be my back door, was rotted. But I didn't want to replace the whole thing, so I'm trying to reuse as much wood as I can, and I didn't really want to tear the whole wall apart. So we cut the bottom of this one piece off, and we decided to splice on another part. So right now we're just cutting out the area for the splice. You can see the rotted section on the bottom. So we took another piece of post that was still in good shape and spliced it on. Again, pretty much everything on the bottom was all rotted. These bottom boards are kind of rotted at the bottom, so I'm cutting it off to where they had a big post in the wall, so that way I can nail stuff back to that point. So now that we got the sole plate on here and the wall has been reinforced some, we're going to try to put it on to the sill that we made, and the rest of this stuff we will put on in place. We're trying to keep the wall as light as we can, so the less we have on it now, the easier it'll be to carry it. The walls were pretty heavy taking them down, so we weren't sure how hard it was going to be to move it. The weight had been greatly reduced having taken some of the rot off as well as the siding. So we're just flipping it over here so that we can get the flat surface down, and we ended up putting it on some rollers. So we figured once we got it closer, if we could just manage to get the corner up onto the sill, that would be easy enough just to kind of push the rest of the wall onto the sill and then just stand it up. So we really wouldn't have to pick up much or line stuff up too much. And it actually worked out relatively easily. Alright. Pretty good. Two of the walls were too far gone to reuse them, so we completely tore the material apart and reused what we could. So all of these pieces, except for the top and bottom plates, were salvaged from, actually these were the rafters. And being that we were reframing the wall, I took that opportunity to put a window on that side of the shop. And it's not facing the sun, but it should help get a little bit of sunlight in there and also just allow me to kind of look out. That way I'm not cooped into a box the whole time I'm in the shop. I guess the good thing about reframing walls too is that we're building them much better than the original structure had been. You may have noticed in that original wall that there aren't a lot of studs, and we end up adding them in later to beef it up. I think I tripped on a rock there. I had no idea it was in my way, and we almost lost the wall. I was really struggling to lift it up there, so I decided to get under the window, and right there, my back cramped up on me. was really painful, but I managed to muscle it through. Battery just cut out on my other camera, so I'm using my iPhone. But that's what we got done today. We put up the original end wall, and we framed out a new side wall. That one we tore apart completely because it was pretty rotted. But that's where we're at so far at the end of today. Pretty happy about that. We worked all day today. But yeah. So yeah, we're finally getting some walls up. I'm super excited to be getting into actually building the building. Like I said in the last video, everything up to this point was kind of taking stuff apart and reclaiming the area and the materials, but now with the sill and these walls going up, we're really getting into the meat of building the building, and I'm super excited to be getting to this point because I really want to be in the shop so I can start working on projects again and sharing that stuff with you guys. So don't forget to check out my book. It's live for pre-orders now through the end of November. I will have copies for sale after as well, so if you're not able to get in on it now, don't worry because I'll still have copies. Also check out my class at New England School of Metalwork. Thanks again for watching. Bye.